Hi and welcome to EV Kitchen. Today we're going to do a tour of the kitchen. I hope that this is the first video you're going to be watching and this will show you exactly how the kitchen is laid out. So come on for a tour with me or just have a quick walk around. You're always going to hear me banging on about how you should find the kitchen. Okay? When you come into this kitchen, you will normally you will not find it like this, but I would like you to leave it like this. Okay, so let's start. Okay, if we start in the corner of the kitchen, what we'll find is our microwave, our cutting boards. If we look a little bit further down, in there is our tomato slicer. And down here, okay, we've got some serving equipment or serving trays and some yellow jugs here. Coming across, our mixing bowls down the bottom, cooking trays and more chopping boards. Coming across, we've got our baking trays, our mincer and our vegetable dicer. Then we've got our mixing bowls and our colanders are down here. Now here's what's important. When I lift out these mixing bowls, as you can see, these are not two mixing bowls. There's lots of them, okay? What we should do is get used to putting them all inside each other, okay? And that's the best way to store them. So if you're gonna look for a small mixing bowl, all you simply do is go to the main one and look inside and you'll find the size that you want. And at the end of the day, when you're washing up and cleaning up, please put them back the same way. Coming across here, we have gastronome pans. We have full-length gastronome pans, which are these ones here. There's 2 rows of those. Here we've got our what we call the half gastronome pans, and down here are what we call the biscuit trays. Please make sure that you put them back and stack them nicely when you're putting them back. Come across, we've got our large pots and our frying pans here, and of course, look at this. This light will not be here when you have a look next time because we're not trying to light up the instructions, by the way. Definitely not. Okay? And then we have our stove. Okay? As you can see, the stove is relatively clean, but it needs to have more cleaning in it. Okay? And it's got an oven under it. Here's our turbofan oven, which is the electric one, and our gas oven, our Unox, is next to it. Now, coming along here, we've got our main bench. And if I bring the cameraman across to this side, okay? Now, the drawer units are fairly organized and we'd like you to keep it organized. So just don't throw things away into it. What you've got to do, as you can see, there is a bit of organization in there. Okay. All our tongs are here. Scissors are kept up here. You'll learn how to use it after a while. And that's, too quick. Back off a bit. And then coming back here, if we look underneath this bench, what we'll find is our smaller pots that we use for cooking. So coming across here, what we have is our dishwasher, okay? And we have a training video. All you have to do is just click this link up here and you can see how it works and how to use it. And please use it. Okay, our sink or our washing up area. Now, this is what's important to remember. We only wash cooking equipment in here. We don't clean our mops in here, okay? We don't wash our hands here. Okay, and we don't wash our food here. This is only for washing equipment. All right, coming across slowly. I don't want to rush the cameraman. Okay, so if we come across, garbage is kept here. Okay, now this is the food washing sink. Only food gets washed here, not equipment, and of course, no hands. Hand washing is done at another sink, which we'll come to in a minute. Looking underneath here, okay, there's more serving equipment. And as we come across here, this is a food dicer. It's a very dangerous piece of equipment. And if you don't use it properly, it will kill you. And the lights don't come with it, okay? Here's our hand washing, okay? And also, to finish off, I'm going to show you how our hand washing works, okay? Hand washing, okay, as you can see, it's motion operated. And there's your soap. And there is, of course, your, what are they called? Paper towels, yes. So this is the tour of the kitchen itself. Okay. What we're going to do next, we're going to have a look at our dry store. Okay? Don't be scared. Welcome to the dry store. Not the pantry, this is the dry store. Okay? It's called the dry store because there's nothing wet in here. Okay? And what we keep in the dry store is all our dry things, legumes, spices, rices, and everything else. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to show you very quickly how it all comes together. So if you want to come in, don't be scared. The cameraman's not used to me yet, okay? So if we look through here, very simply, okay, we keep all our spices on the shelves across here. So these are all spices and different things that we use for cooking. All our canned food is kept down here. Okay, so if you look at all our canned food, and of course it's a bit messy at the moment because it's still in the process of cleaning up after other people have used the store. And then here we have our stainless steel, beautiful new freezer. Okay, in our freezer, if you simply open the doors, you'll see that it's full of food. Okay, so there's our freezer. Okay, coming this way, okay, more things, sauces are kept here, okay, some tubs with a few different bits and pieces. As you start using the kitchen, you'll learn more and more of what's in here. But here's the most important thing in the dry store. Have a look at this. So this trolley is the bane of everybody's life. You need to know what goes in here and how it goes. Inside, when we looked at the kitchen, we saw a thing called the gastronome pans, right? Okay, now these are called chafing dishes. They're not gastronome pans, but they take gastronome pans in them. The chafing dishes are very simple. What they basically are, it has a lid, it has a noisy gastronome, oh, that's another lid. We don't want that, do we? Well, I screwed that up. Okay, so we have a lid and we have the chafing dish. So this is called a chafing dish. And that sits on top and the gastronome pan sits in the middle. And we store these one unit at a time. Try that again. Okay, 1 unit at a time like that. Okay, so we store all our chafing, not gastronome pans, we store all our chafing dishes in here. Okay, so these are called chafing dishes and the lids. Please do not bring the gastronome pans here, and please do not store the chafing dishes or the lids in the kitchen. I would really appreciate it. While we were in the rice store, you heard me talking about the chafing dishes a lot, didn't you? So now I'm going to show you how to assemble a chafing dish. The chafing dish is made up of multiple components. We have our base. And to make the chafing dish work, what we need is the big pan, which is has about 20 ml of water in it, and that goes in next. Then we have our pan with our food that sits on top, and then all we simply have is a lid. And that is how our chafing dish looks. Unfortunately, if you leave it like this, the food will get cold very quickly. So we need a way to make sure that our water stays hot. And to do that, what we basically need is 2 fuel sources, the containers that they go in, and of course a lighter. Okay, to light it, there's our fuel source there. And now it might take a few moments for the flame to come up. You won't actually see a flame coming off it. I know you can't see a flame there, but there's actually a flame there because it's burning my hand. Okay, all we simply do is we put that in there. Open the cover. And that just sits underneath it in that location. And of course we'll repeat the process for this one. Okay, if the lighter would work, it'd be great. We get that one going, and all we simply do is open it up, put our unit in there, and place that on the other side, and voila, we have a chafing dish that works. Now, what you'll notice here, there's a couple of hooks. Okay, so when we open the chafing dish, we can actually take it up and we can have it sitting like that. And that's your chafing dish. Now we've had a short tour of the kitchen. We've also had now how a chafing dish is put together. There's a lot more to the kitchen, but you'll learn about it as you start working in it. You'll learn all the idiosyncrasies. But the most important thing is, don't leave the kitchen the way you found it. Leave it the way you'd like to find it.